I want to talk about something called the mystery of the pea. Today I was in the kitchen fixing my dog her breakfast, if you could call it that, her first meal basically. And so I typically will mix some peas and carrots into the dog food. And I happened to drop one of the peas. Now, just out of curiosity, I went about looking for the pea. There weren't many places that the pea could go, but I could not find the pea. Looked up under the refrigerator, the doorway, the cat, basically looking for the pea. Now you say, well, why were you so intense on looking for this pea? Because I had a belief, and my belief is that the pea was no longer in this dimension. And I believe that often things pop in and out of what we call existence. There's quantum mechanic principles that kind of talk and speak to this, speaking about the wave and particle and so forth. But I actually believe that this is true. And I even think about people dealing with like Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever. And I believe sometimes what happens, they become like children again. So the blinders that they had on as adults, they no longer have. So they can see certain things that we, in our rational sense, would deem as crazy. Or pets, for example. Sometimes, your dog or your cat hisses at something, your dog barks at something, and you're like, but you don't see anything around, and you're like, why are they hissing? Why are they barking? Again, they're seeing things in dimensions that we can't. And so I believe that eventually that P will show back up. Now, the funny thing is, in my rational mind, it's going to show up in a place that I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I can see that that's where it would be, even though I scoured the area looking for this P. Now, how does this apply to you? You think that reality is fixed. You think that your debt is fixed. You think that your relationship issues are fixed. You think that your money issues are fixed. Your health issues are fixed. So, because you believe that they're fixed, you keep, of course, looking for the particles or the proof that these things exist. When you start looking and understanding that thoughts create things, what's going to happen is the thing that you're seeking will be seeking you. And it will come in form of opportunities, people, places, situations, and so forth. And you'll be able to step into those opportunities. But of course, as long as you continue to look for the evidence of your reality being fixed, then of course that's the only thing that you'll be able to see. So again, the mystery of the P is, let me say this, the P could actually show up upstairs. Maybe it falls off my clothes or something. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense that it was stuck on my clothes, whatever. My whole point is, even if the P never shows up and it stays in the other realm of possibilities, the if it stays in the wave format, for example, and it never materializes back into this physical format, that's okay. And I'd like to give you a brief example. A lot of times, let's say that we placed our keys in a certain, it may not even be keys, but we'll use keys. And we place our keys in a particular area, then we go back and look for our keys. And again, we're the only ones in the house. The keys are no longer in that area. Now, you go about doing your thing and you go searching for the keys, and then you may stop and say, you know what, subconscious mind, universe, God, help me find my keys. All of a sudden, the keys materialize in a place that you typically don't put them in. But now, all of a sudden, you get this memory, say, oh, yeah, I remember that I put them there. What if the memory was created the moment you found the keys, not prior to you finding the keys? Again, I know this stuff is deep. My only point to you is thoughts create reality. Be mindful of what it is that you're giving your attention to persistently, consistently. Love you and talk to you later.